Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my first monthly insight video for your sign, which will move from lunar cycle to lunar cycle rather than following the Gregorian calendar, which really has no rhythm with our cycles and energy flows as they align with the cosmos. So I'm going to start today on this profound, soul-shaking new moon as Uranus moves into Taurus. So Uranus has been in your fourth house for the past 7 years, and this is a very challenging space for him because he will shake the very core foundations of our lives and create upheaval and chaos in all of those areas where we thought we were safe and secure. So this could have been a very challenging period for you with home life, with children, with family related matters, with property related matters. He could have really shaken you to your core with some foundational restructuring that could have made you feel like you were on shaky ground. So it's beautiful for you that that cycle has finished, and he's now going to come into your fifth house of creative self-expression. And this is a space where Uranus can feel quite happy because Uranus wants us to express our deepest, most original, authentic nature, and the fifth house wants the same. It wants us to express ourselves creatively. It wants us to enjoy life. It wants us to take pleasure in the things that we do and the things that we offer. It wants us to play, to have fun, to be flirtatious, to have romance and beauty in our lives. So Uranus here can kind of amplify that energy for you and make you really want to break free of the shackles of conformity and just embrace your authentic nature and perhaps go wild for a little while. So although this is a welcome break from the fourth house energy, we are cautioned that too much excess in these areas can also bring about imbalance. But for now, take note of the creative downloads, the insights that are pouring in for you that can be brought into manifestation over the next 7 years, and really seed those in with your new moon visioning, with your new moon intentions, and just embrace that energy of soul liberation and freedom for a little while, Capricorn. You have earned it. You have Pluto and Saturn and Lilith in your sign at the moment, forcing you to be really serious, to be really heavy, to really manifest your visions and dreams in the physical world. So this energy can come as a breath of fresh air and a welcome break for you. But yeah, just be aware of not tipping the scales and going too much to the other side of that spectrum. So this is a really, really gorgeous energy for you to lead into the month. And then we are coming into a beautiful watery trine between Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter in Scorpio. So these energies are aligning harmoniously for most of the month and reaching their peak on the 25th of May. So Jupiter has been in your 11th house since October last year, and he has been expanding your vision, your hopes, your dreams for the future, expanding your soul tribe, expanding your social networks for you to really connect with those people that you can have true intimate bonds with. He may have also removed some people and friendships and groups and circles that were not in alignment with your highest visions and highest truth. But for now, when he aligns with Neptune in your third house of communication, you can receive a blessing, a gift from the cosmos that does help you to connect with those souls that you can fully express your spiritual truths and your visions with this month. And this is also going to be linking in with Venus in Cancer, who's in your 7th house, your house of partnership and relationship. So just be open to receiving love from not only your romantic partners, or perhaps drawing forward a new romantic partner, but from your social networks, from your friendship groups, from your soul tribe. Allow yourself to heal in those areas. If you have had pain in your relationships, if you've experienced betrayal in your friendship circles, this can be a time of deep soul healing, of de-armoring, of letting go of the pain of the past and opening yourself up to receive the blessings of abundance. And you may find that some of your dreams do start to come into fruition around this time. We're going to have a Sagittarius full moon on the 29th of May. We're going to close out the month with a full moon like we've been doing all year. And Sagittarius, as we know, is the sign of authentic truth. The full moon is the point of illumination, of culmination, of release in our lunar cycle. So this is the time of the month where the energy kind of reaches its peak, and we do a little bit of a shedding, a little bit of releasing, or some of the manifestations that we put into motion today now may have come into being at this time. So for you, the full moon will be in your 12th house. And this is the house of dreams, of visions, of psychic receptivity, and also of the bonds of karma from the past. It's also an area where we can find ourselves imprisoned by our own self-sabotaging beliefs. So for the full moon to highlight this area of your chart, it usually means that some old pattern is dissolving. Some old pattern is leaving you, and this old pattern could be related to speaking your authentic truth, because we are dealing with the sign of Sagittarius, the truth seeker, the celestial archer. So there may be a pattern around being in your truth that needs to be let go of at this time. We could also find ourselves releasing patterns and imprints from previous lifetimes, from previous incarnations. This is a good time for going within, for meditating, for journeying, for doing that emotional cleansing, releasing that old emotional baggage and karmic ties. So for that period around the end of May, just allow yourself the space to connect with your soul source, with your inner being, and just see what needs to be let go of. So we're going to close this lunar cycle with a new moon in Gemini on the 13th of June. And this is going to be in your 6th house. And your 6th house will have been activated throughout a lot of this lunar cycle already, because the sun will have been there since the 20th of May. And Mercury will have been there since the 29th of May. And this is the house of health, of healing, of detoxification, of purification, of our day-to-day routines, you know, the small things that amount to the way we offer work, the way we offer service, the way we operate in the world. So there can be a huge focus during this time on organisation, on getting the small parts of your life organised so you can build on your big dreams. And there may be, you know, a focus on health and healing as well. Perhaps it's time for you to listen to your body's messages a little bit more and do a little bit of purifying, doing a little bit of detoxification. You may need to clear the clutter out of your home or office space. You may find that messages, because this is Gemini energy, come through about these, you know, your work, about your health, about your service work from other people that needs to be implemented during this time. So this can be quite a busy time of clearing and cleansing and kind of letting go of all of those stagnant parts of your work life and your daily routines. So the new moon there offers you an opportunity to plan your intentions about what you wish to call into being about these areas of your life. If you are wanting to engage more deeply in service work, if you're wanting to call forward a new job, if you're just wanting to allow yourself to be more organized and more structured in the way that you approach life, then this would be the time to send those intentions out. We've also got Mars in Aquarius in his shadow period throughout most of this lunar cycle in the second house of your birth chart. So this is where we come back to Taurian values again. This is where we look at our self-worth and our resources. Perhaps there will be a need for you to draw some boundaries, to create some barriers. If you've been giving and giving and giving and not receiving compensation for your time and energy, this could be the time to step into your Mars power and say no. No more. I honour, I value myself more than that. I am going to have to say no this time. It could also be a time where you feel more energized to create a stabler financial structure in your life. It could be a time when you feel really fired up to create more abundance, to use your gifts and talents, to create the prosperity that you deserve. The second house always reminds us of the link between how much we deserve, how much we feel we deserve, and how much we allow ourselves to receive. So that can be something to ponder on while Mars is in his shadow period for you, Capricorn. And this energy will really start to kick in when he officially goes retrograde at the end of June next month. So I've also picked some cards for you from the Sacred Rebels Oracle, because there is no one more rebellious than Uranus, and today is his day after all, as I'm recording these videos. And I have two cards for you that jumped out, that wanted to come out with a message, and both of these cards have already cropped up in readings earlier. Interestingly, for Aries and Libra, the two opposite signs. So the first one is inspiration, and this is really interesting. With the activation that is happening of your house of creativity, and you know, the bees on this card and the sun up in the background here, you know, is that solar energy of the Leonine house, the fifth house. So this could really be a time for you to pay attention to the downloads, the creative insights that are coming. It's a real amplification of the message of Uranus in your fifth house. You are going to be inspired in unique and original ways. You know, perhaps you're going to set something into motion that's never been seen before, Capricorn. And you, of all of the zodiac, have the ability to bring things into tangible manifestation. So just keep a record, keep a note of the insights that are buzzing around, that are coming to you at this time. And also, we have power of attraction. And this was the first card that came up for Aries, actually, in the first reading. And this to me speaks of Cancer in your seventh house, Venus in Cancer in your seventh house of relationship and partnership. You could find yourself magnetizing some really helpful people, and perhaps even some romance into your life at this time, Capricorn. So allow yourself to be open to receiving. You know, we're moving beyond that phase where you need to be so rigid and serious about things. So if somebody, you know, maybe it's friends that want to go out and have fun and, you know, indulge in some of the joy of life, or perhaps it is a new lover or a new partner that comes to you, but just be open. Allow yourself to radiate that magnetic love of Venus and call for some joy, some fun into your life. So I hope that that has served you, Capricorn, and thank you so much for listening to me. So many new moon blessings to you for this amazing new cycle.